Now, hello everyone. It's the One Girls again. I'm Sophie, and you are
Toju.
good. So we're Mr. and Mrs. Oh, we forgot to bring the certificate.
I
Ah,
hid it somewhere.
oh well. One of these days we will anyway. So today we're kind of contemplating what do we really want to talk about today, and it's just boggling our mind. And I was thinking about external influences. How do you deal with those? You have the good, the bad, and the somewhere in between. And I realized that everybody has something to say, but usually it's stemming from their own trauma. Even our parents, it doesn't matter who, they always have something that has triggered them or something that has happened to them, and and they kind of give you advice based on that.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to find advice that is unbiased. Even if you're a Christian and you go to a marriage counselor, most of the time I realize um they have questions they ask you, but because they've been through stuff or because they've heard stuff,
Yeah.
and it's beginning to seem like, I think you're going down that path again, and are you sure this is what you really want to do, and are you sure he can look after you? So you need to be able to discern, or separate the voices and know what is really best for you. Because so the thing is, you have to work on yourself and know yourself for yourself. No one, that's one thing, no one can do that for you. No, absolutely no one can do that for you. So there are some things that we have to walk through, and then you'll be able to clarify the voices. Sometimes even our best friends, they might even get it wrong and think, oh, I don't think that guy or that girl or whoever it is good for you. And in your mind you begin to, so it feeds into the doubts and the fears that you already have, and you're thinking, oh, maybe she's right or maybe he's right, and you're thinking, what do you do? Okay, for example, for me it was they were like, oh boy, he doesn't have his house yet, so where are you guys going to live, and how are you going to do this and that? For goodness sake, we're still planning. It's not like I was just going to up and leave and just jump on him, you know what I mean? So instead of them to say, okay, plans
Do you have?
what plans do you have in getting a house and finding out where you're going to live? What can, in fact, what can we even do to help? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
See, um, I think this mostly comes from me. For some time now, I've been hearing issues about even men of God and stuff like that, talking, even saying certain things that are not
Yeah, like
founded.
that's it.
Like somebody sent me a question some time ago asking, "Oh, is there anywhere in the Bible that talks about a man having to have a job or something before getting married and all that stuff?" You'll find out that the society, as we speak, has been going through this particular dilemma. It's a big situation out there where the boys want to do everything they
To
can
have
to make
everything.
sure they are okay before they
And time
find
is
out
gone.
or before they approach the family of the girl to get married and all that. But you find out that along the line, somebody who might be more wealthy at the time comes and sweeps the girl off, and then the man now feels heartbroken. But the girl goes for the money, and maybe you hear in another 2 months, 3 months, or
A
3 years
year,
down the line,
whatever it is. That's
the
the end
marriage
of
is gone.
that's it.
And now, is she gonna go back to the guy she jilted? Is she gonna go back to the guy she left? But she ran after things that she could see.
Yes.
Like in my own case, every time and again I try to talk to my wife concerning what she saw and who I was and why she's still stuck around, because like from the story I've been telling, it seemed like, oh, I was living just because there's no part of my story that doesn't talk about my sister, my this, my that. Yes, truly, I came into the system and I was living with my sister. I was living with family,
Yeah.
and everything I seemed to be doing was revolving around family. And I wouldn't blame those who saw that, who tried to advise her on, oh, what's this, what's that, what's that, because they couldn't see any future security
That's it.
from my own point of view. So they were like, come, if you go into this, are you sure? But every time we talk about this topic between us, she's always saying she prefers a man with a vision. And that's what I think everybody should look out for. I'm not at the place where I ought to be yet,
Yes.
but my vision is there like a sack. I'm carrying it about. And she sees the passion with which I carry this vision. And I think that's the driving force. And over time, I try to admonish her for seeing beyond what I could see as well. You see, a woman or a partner,
whichever
either
the case
way,
is.
must be able to identify the strengths and weaknesses of each other and then begin to channel energy, into
each
those
other,
things that
yes.
can really break even. And that's where I am. That's where we are today. It's been a journey. It's
is
been
a
a journey
journey,
that
yeah.
is endless. Because you meet a man today, he has all the money and all that. What is the guarantee that he's not
Tomorrow-
going to be
that's it.
heading down? So, for me, a man who has all the money in the world and has no vision is
I don't know.
good for nothing. I'm sorry. I'm not saying I'm the best.
You're not making impact.
You know?
What's your plan to make impact?
Exactly.
To give back to the society you find yourself.
You
What
can't.
are you
You're
going
not
to
thinking
do?
about that. You're just there. Oh, I have the money. I'm spreading it around and all that. I don't want to have money that would be useless to me. Useless to me in the sense that I
You're
cannot
not
touch
making
lives
impact.
with it.
That's it. That's the most important.
And I think that's what she saw. That's what has brought us this far, where you're not just thinking about yourself, you're thinking about those around you, those who, and perhaps maybe that's why I'm not the millionaire that
Because if you're
I
saving
am
all your money for
physically.
yourself.
If I was saving all the money, if I was keeping everything I've had from time, you will see that maybe I would have met everybody who had opinion about me
It
at
would
the
have been
time.
different, yeah.
But today, we have a house, we have this, we have that, we have children.
And God has been
Nobody saw this.
there. Yes.
10 years, nobody saw this 10 years ago. But today, here we are, living happily. We don't depend on anybody to live. We're just there. We have this fullness of heart.
Yeah. Contentment.
She's the grammar one.
So, like, from what he's been saying, what we're trying to say is that you need to do what's best for you, but you need to find out what is best for you, not just do stuff based on what you think or what you feel. You need to figure out. It's not something that you can just sit down and figure out overnight, because I got so many questions. Are you sure you really want to do this? Oh, you're super smart. Why don't you focus on your career? Why don't you do this and do other things first? But I knew in my heart. So you need to sit down and have a conversation with yourself. Is this what I want? Am I doing it because people are pressuring me, or because this is what I want to do? You have to have that definite thing in your heart and know that this is what I want. I'm not doing it because someone is asking me to, or someone is putting pressure. So that whatever happens, you can tell yourself, okay, I put my best into it. It didn't work. So you can, if you need to cry, whatever it is, and you pick yourself up again. Things happen. And in a relationship, one person always, both of you can have a dream, but one person's vision always seems bigger. So if you figure out that, okay, this is what we want to do, what are we focusing on first, or are we doing things alongside each other? Okay, you want to do this and I want to do this. Like we've been saying, in the ship, you have to sit, you have to, or else who's going to do the navigating and do the engineering? There's so many
everybody
things
must know their role.
That's it. Know your role.
Yeah.
And we know that things change. Things change. Today the man might be the provider. God forbid something happens to him. If he falls sick, you have to pick up. So you need to be able to figure out, okay, as long as you're doing this together in harmony. I'm not saying there's not going to be fights, but even in that fight, you know deep down inside yourself that I really love this person, and I'm not just in this relationship just because someone said so and someone pressured me. Because most of the time those things don't work. Even don't put pressure on yourself. Take your time. Figure yourself out.
That's it.
And then build a friendship. you go from there. It is easier, it is better, it is, I don't know,
It makes
put into
it makes the
words.
journey shorter,
Yes.
actually, because for me, I think, like we were talking about the sheep, and there's no friendship or relationship that will not have to analyze what the ship is about, the captain and the crew and all that stuff.
Everything.
Everybody knows that.
Their
But
role.
in the course of your journey, like she said, things could change.
Things happen.
So what changes? The person who have seen, maybe there's an iceberg somewhere and we need to change our
Of
coordinates.
course. Yes.
And this has to be communicated to the captain or whoever is steering the ship. And it changes its course. For me, if, for instance, you seem to be the one who has the strength
Yes.
to carry on, there should be a place where you carry the other person along.
That's it.
You shouldn't just,
Communicate
you know,
with each other.
I've often seen cases where, oh, the man is, this is an example, man is building a house somewhere, the wife is not aware, or the wife is building a house
As
somewhere.
in doing dodgy
I'm
things.
thinking, come, what exactly
Is your plan?
is your plan?
That's it.
Now, because if you have children together and you are building a house, I'm giving up on. I've given up on self. As soon as my first child came through, I gave up on self. It doesn't mean that
You're forgetting
I'm
your
forgetting
dreams.
me or forgetting my dreams, but I'm
But you're
living my
working
dreams
towards-
so that my dreams will outlive me.
That's it.
That should be the idea. When you have a child, you now know that yes, this dream that you have will outlive you because you have a child who can probably carry on with it. That's why it should be a cohesion. You should be able to
yes.
stay together where, okay, the wife supports you, you support her,
That's it.
and you have a goal. Because you build it. How does it? The Bible says clearly, it says one shall pull what?
Or chase 1,000.
1,000.
Two.
Two.
10,000. So
Now, when I got this revelation, when I got this from the word, that is what geared me. That is what gave me that courage. Because, like I keep saying, at the time when I was getting married, my mind wasn't made up. But I had these scriptures to tell me, oh, come on, boy, you can do this.
that's it.
You can do this because if
So
you want
had
to,
that
if you want
inner conviction. That's what
Conviction,
we're
yes.
still talking about. That inner conviction. That thing that you
To
can
drive.
tell yourself that this is what I'm doing this
for
this
a
is me.
goal,
Yes.
because this race I'm trying to run, I can't do it alone because this race is not small. It's more than a 10,000 race.
It is.
So if you think you can do it alone, you are only going to be able to pull
1,000.
1,000. So when you have the right person by your side, harness the energy that the person is bringing, harness all the positive reasoning that the person has to offer, and run with it
That's
for
it.
the 10,000 mark.
That's it.
And when you do that, come on, you'll be there.
That's it.
You know, maybe next time I'll be talking about the favor that is attached to the woman folk. Finding a wife.
A good one.
You know, when you find a good wife, the Bible clearly states it. It doesn't matter. The Bible doesn't even talk about your religion or whether you're a Christian or a Muslim. It said when you find a wife, you found a good thing, but you obtain. Those people who know the street language, to obtain. Oh, that guy just obtained me. They say it on the street. That guy obtained me. That means he took something from you. So you obtain from God.
That's it.
Thank you so much for being our guest again.
Thank you. Like you said, thank you so much. We hope that it is making your journey better, and we really want you to get to know yourself, find out about yourself, sit down, do a study. Okay, who am I? What am I even in this world for?
Yeah.
So it makes the journey easier. So we hope that you've been blessed by this video. Thank you, and see you again.
We really appreciate you all. Thank you. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.